So in this video, we're going to find out if the OneLeaf Mars MT1000 thermal imaging camera / optic is right for you and if you should spend your hard-earned dollars on it or not. Now, I made a couple videos on this in the past, but through your comments and suggestions, I left out a couple features, so I'm remaking those videos into this one video that shows you everything you need to know about this optic. So this video is going to be kind of long, so I'm going to throw a timeline of all the sections of the video so you can skip ahead or watch the whole thing through. So the first part of this video, we're going to show you through all the key features on this optic. Now I can sit here and talk to you and you can watch my hands in the optic, but OneLeaf did a fantastic job on their website showing you all the features with nice animations and descriptions. So we're going to bounce over to their website and check out what they got to offer. Here we are on OneLeaf's website looking at the MT1000, and they have all the key features with great graphics right on this web page. So I'll leave this web page in the description box below in case you don't want to walk through it with me. You can do it on your own time. Click that link and skip ahead to the hands-on features after this little segment. So the MT1000 has interchangeable lenses, so you're not stuck at one magnification. So say you're shooting mice at close distance. You want that 35mm lens on there because you got a wide field of view, closer magnification. Say next weekend you want to punch out and look for coyotes at 300-400 yards. Well, slap on that 50 or the new 70mm lens that's coming here real soon, which is going to be huge. But this whole interchangeable lens system, great idea. I love it. Can't wait for that 70mm lens coming in. It's got exceptional sensitivity with NetD. NetD is noise equivalent temperature difference, i.e. it detects small temperature differences. And me, as a mouse hunter in the backyard, I can contest that this thing will pick up a mouse at like 100 yards if it just pops its head out of a little log. And you can see it right away. It's very accurate. Quality's really good. It's got a 60 hertz refresh rate, so it's smooth. It's not jittery. You got shutterless solution. This is huge. All the other thermals that I've experienced has the NUC refresh rate. So it's a manual shutter that freezes your image, refreshes the image, and it freezes. And if you're trying to pull a shot down on something, you can't because your image is frozen. This doesn't do that. It doesn't freeze whatsoever. And there's not one time I've been using it that I thought the image needed to be refreshed. So they have some great technology in that. This has a full color HD OLED LED display. It's very high quality. It's hard for me to portray how high quality it is looking at it through your naked eye through the optic, because I have to take the video from the optic, which compresses it, goes into video editor, compresses it, put in YouTube, compresses it, and it loses quality throughout those steps. But looking through the optic, I can tell you it is way more crisp than what the videos show. You got 11 thermal palettes. You got white hot, black hot, glory hot, SEPA, iron bow, rainbow, night, aurora, red hot, jungle, and medical. I prefer white hot and black hot. White hot is my number one, but if you're tired of white hot, you got 11 color palettes to choose from. You got 6 scene modes, so instead of going and adjusting contrast and whatnot to what temperature you're hunting or shooting in, they do it for you. So if it's snowing one day up here in the Northeast, you use snow. The next day, it's like summer temperatures. You can choose another one to fit the contrast for that temperature you're hunting in. So that's nice. It's got a built-in laser rangefinder, and it's very accurate. I've tried it with multiple different pellets, speeds, slugs, and actual rimfire and center fires. And as long as you got your information in there and the ballistic calculator, it'll predict where your bullet's going to go, and it's very accurate. We're going to walk through that later in the video. You got the ballistic calculator, which I just talked about. Here's some information on that. You got your customizable reticle options. You have white, red, green, blue, and dark green. And you have all these. I still prefer the smaller ones. I don't use hash marks because Ballistic calculator is so good it does all the work for me. You got your one shot zero. Take a shot, drag your crosshair over to it, hit zero beautifully. And once you do, the software brings that new reticle position back into the center of the image through the optic, which is huge. I've had other optics here that once you aim it for the center and your point of impact's up to the right hand corner and you zero it to there, your reticle stays right there. And it's a pain because you're losing a lot of your real estate of your optic or your field of view. But this brings it right to the center, which is great. You got digital first focal plane and second focal plane reticle. I prefer second focal plane because it keeps those crosshairs very tight and small. Like I said, I'm a mouse hunter back here, and those things are very, very small at distance. So I need that reticle to be very small. And I don't use hash marks because the Ballistic calculator does all that for me. You got your photo and video capture, very easy with the top button on the optic. Picture-in-picture mode, so you can have your thermal lock at base magnification for the giant field of view, and picture-in-picture zoomed in so you can take an accurate shot. That's how I run it every time. You got your 90mm eye relief, which I'll throw that up in inches up here, but very good. You don't have to have the optic so close to your eye. This does take 18650 lithium battery, which is very common, and battery life is great, 5 hours. High shock resistance. I showed on air guns and 22 LRs on this channel, but this can handle big bores. You got IP67 water and dust proof. So if you're out there hunting in bad conditions, don't be afraid, because this optic can sit out there and withstand it with you. This is everything in a box. Like you can see my previous videos, I did a dedicated unboxing, so you can see how this is all packed. Comes with the 35 and 50mm optional lens like the one I have, which I highly recommend getting the one with extra lenses. Trust me, because you're doing the research online, you're not really quite sure what lens you would want until you're actually in the field. So having extras there that you can swap out is very, very crucial. So let's get into the hands-on. So I got the MT1000 mounted on the gun, getting ready to record the menu options, sighting in the gun here in a minute. But I can't record that footage through the optic because it doesn't show you the menu. So I have to use my cell phone as an external monitor and do a screen record so you can see what I'm seeing. This also works for when you're scanning the night fields for your next target. You can use your cell phone as the external monitor so you don't have to be shouldered up on the rifle for hours, kinking your neck. So you just scan using your cell phone as the display. When you see heat signature, shoulder up, take the shot. All you need is a secondary Picatinny location and these 4 parts. This is the 2 parts, a cell phone mount, all aluminum, small rig Picatinny to cold shoe mount, and these 2 cables. These links will be in the description box below. And you're going to need an Android app. I think maybe on iPhone. Throw the picture here and link in the description. Got it all set up on the bench. Got it on the mini tripod in the rear rest. I 3D printed that. Got my phone mount. Everything ready to go. All we have to do is set up our target. Now, it's not ideal out there because it's very sunny. Thermals do great at night or in the shade. Sun kind of throws off the image. But I'm going to show you can still sight your gun in weather like this. I got a bolt out there in the target. We're going to heat it red hot with a torch. Come back in, use that as our point of aim, because this is a thermal, sees heat. So I'm using my phone to record exactly what I'm seeing through this MT1000. But in doing that, it compresses the footage, so it's not as crisp as I see looking in real life through the optic. And you can see how the sunlight is distorting all of the image out there by warming everything up. The ideal time to do this is in the shade, evening, or early morning before the sun pops out, or if you're in a shady spot. But doing it in this is almost a worst case scenario. But we're still going to get it done. So the first thing you do is you make sure your gun is not canted by using the bubble level on the right. We're almost at 0. All right, close enough. Now we're going to zoom in, go into the menu, go down to shot 0, align the rifle to the hot bolt outside, right there, and take our shot. Now, you can see the impact of the bullet. I'm going to walk the red crosshair down to that point, hit the record button to save it, and you can save 6 different profiles for different projectiles. Hit record to save again, back out, and your crosshair, the MT1000 has zeroed your crosshair into your field of view. So your crosshair is not over in one corner or the next. It's dead center and looks beautiful. So let's take another shot. Dead on the money. One shot 0. It's perfect. Now we're going to put our ballistic information in this gun, zeroed in, so it can calculate our holdover wherever we're shooting. Go down to ballistic parameters and put in the parameters of your gun and projectile. So now we got all the ballistic information in that optic, so it can predict the holdover when we go from our 20-yard 0 to our 60-yard target. Let's see how good we did. So we're back on the cell phone doing a screen record. We're going to use a laser rangefinder to get our distance at where we zeroed, which is 22 yards. And you can see our holdover is directly on the crosshair. But if we move over and zoom in to the steel target way down there, and we range find that at 58 yards, the holdover is a little higher, but the optic did the calculations and says that's where our bullet impact is going to be. So let's take a shot. This is a steel target at the bottom here. It's not going to move when I hit it, but we should hear ting. Bullseye. Dead on the money. First one, reticle type. Here's all your options. You can easily just click and change one. Go with that. Go down. We already did shot 0. Reticle color, white, green, blue, dark green. I'm going to go green. Position, that was done in shot 0. Ballistic parameters, been there. First focal plane, second focal plane. Unit, I use yards. This is your false color, white hot. It's my favorite. Scene mode, rain. Choose all that. Go city, even though we're in the forest. That didn't look right. Let's go back to rain. Now let's go to snow. You can kind of see a preview in the back. That looks okay for now. Now we are fully zoomed in on the back side, which makes it grainy looking, but it is not at base magnification. All optics are most clear at their base magnification. Every time you zoom in, it's a digital cropping of that original image, so I tend to stay at base magnification. If you want more zoom, swap out your lens from the 36 to a 50 or 50 to 70. That's how you're going to keep your quality and resolution of your image. I rarely do zoom unless it's in the picture-in-picture. Magnification adjust, movie mode 60 hertz, movie clip time, so this is just record. You want a 2-minute clip, then it's going to stop and start another video, or you can go to 10 minutes, so it records a full 10 minutes, stops, restarts it, so it's kind of like an endless loop, like a security camera. You go 10, auto record, that's senses recoil, sound record on, button backlight, huge, love it, on, LED brightness 100, display icon, put it on, display widgets on, compass calibration, it was calibrated great out of the box, so don't need those. Picture in picture, put that on, and you can change the position of the picture in picture. I'll keep it there. Shutter correct, auto, go in there, auto manual, keep it auto. Auto blind calibration, that's when you can shut the lid or calibrate the image. I've yet to do any of that. Or that's lid calibration. Brightness, date and time, stamp, clock setting, language, format SD card, and reset setup. So that's the menu walkthrough. Once you have one night under your belt, I guarantee you're going to be professional. You'll be flying in and out of this menu. It's very easy to use and easy to understand. Both optics are using the white hot color palette. Both focused in at the bird feeder at 25 yards. The OneLeaf MT1000 has the 50mm lens at the base magnification of 2.8, and the D&T Optics has its factory lens that's non-replaceable at the base magnification of 1.5. Now we're looking at the 60-yard target, focused in. Now we are looking at the 60-yard target with the D&T at the same settings, and the OneLeaf MT1000 is currently using the 35mm lens, which is a base magnification of 2x. The 35mm lens is very close to the D&T Optics in field of view. Now both optics are looking at the 25-yard bird feeder, both focused in, 35mm lens on the MT1000. Alright, we are currently looking at the deer through both thermals. The MT1000 has the 35mm lens in. The deer are currently at 140 yards, and you can see very far in the distance there's horses at 650 yards. They're running in the background. Both optics are focused in using the wheel next to the end of the thermal lens. Now I switched over the MT1000 lens to the 50mm with a higher base magnification. Like I said before, the deer are around 140-150 yards away, and the horses, way out in the distance, are 650 yards away. I've readjusted the thermal imaging scopes to focus in on the horse at 650 yards away. So if you're in a market for a 640 sensor thermal optic, I hope this video was very informative, showed you all the ins and outs of the optic. If I left anything out or you have any more questions, leave in the comment section below. I'll make sure to answer all of them. This optic is great on a gun, but you can also use it as a handheld binocular. Say you're a home inspector or just an average homeowner and you want to see heat loss in your house. You can pop this off your gun and look around. It's got a very close focal distance on this 35mm lens. So this is dual purpose. As you can see in the previous clip where I showed this 640 sensor against a competitor's 640 sensor, this was more crisp and vivid on camera and looking through the optic. And this optic is a heck of a lot cheaper. So my overall impression is I love this optic. I'm not going to get rid of it. That interchangeable lens system, it expands the capability of that optic. Close range, long range. I'm sure they're going to come out with more lenses. So I think this optic is a 100% win, and I highly recommend it. As like everything else on this video, including the optic, I'll leave a link to everything in the description box below. The only way I'm making money on this video is the Amazon affiliate links, which is for the camera tripod stuff. So if you want to buy any of these aftermarket accessories, please use my affiliate link below. Helps the channel out. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, and I'll catch you on the next one.